it's Leon. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be looking at my 5 favorite reverbs in the Fractal AX8 today. So to get started, you just heard the South Church reverb. I'm going to talk about how I'm going to compare these reverbs. I like the reverb mix at about 15%, which is pretty conservative, but for what I like to do with reverb, it is more than plenty. I've got the quality setting on high for all of them, and I'm using a Mesa Mark IV clean channel simulation with some impulse responses from the York Audio bipolar cab pack, a 57 and a 121, and I've got the optical compressor on. I'm playing a PRS SC245. And this is what it sounds like without the reverb. So let's have a listen to that South Church reverb. This is probably my favorite reverb in the box, number 1. That is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the way it sits with the guitar. It doesn't get in the way. It doesn't make stuff muddy. With stock settings, that is a perfect big reverb to me. Another really big sounding reverb that I like is the rich hall. So let's have a listen to that. I really like the way that one decays. It's nice and bright without being obnoxiously bright. Something that isn't a hall reverb is the London Plate. I think this would probably be my second favorite reverb overall. I love the way this works with high gain guitars, but with clean guitars, it's got a really unique character as well. And that's a little more subtle than the previous 2 reverbs that I tried. Let's go for one that's really, really out there, the Deep Space reverb. I love this one. Have a look at that default decay time, nearly 9 seconds. Let's hear this one. How awesome is that? That one just keeps going and going. The last one that I like is the humble spring type, and I like this before the amp. So I'm going to go with the medium spring in this case. Where does that guy live? Right here. And we'll have a listen to that with the same settings. Which I think is really, really cool. I love that kind of dwell sound that you get there with the spring. And, you know, of course, it's good for all the classic kind of spring sound. So there you go. That's with a relatively modest reverb mix. If we take that up to 50% or something, then you really get that cool old surf style. Which I think is very, very cool. Let's have a look at the old South Church with that kind of, sorry, not South Church, the Deep Space reverb with these settings. This is an amazing ambient style reverb. And just to round out the comparison, I want to have a look at a couple of these reverbs the way I would use them with a distorted sound. So I'm just going to free up some CPU here and shunt this delay block. And I'm going to chuck the reverb block in. And in this case, I only probably go for like maybe 8% on the reverb mix. And I'll go to our South Church setting. Let's have a listen to this. This is awesome. Firstly, without. And now with it, I'm also going to change the quality to high settings. So it's starting to push the CPU, but I could always remove some of these other blocks if I was worried about that. And if I was feeling particularly adventurous, I might crank this. And similarly with the London plate, I like this with just a little bit of mix, and it kind of gives you that 70s hard rock thing. I wouldn't necessarily go for any of the other reverbs with a distorted sound. I think they are better suited for clean sounds, but the London Plate and the South Church are probably my favorite for distorted sounds. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this gave you some inspiration to check out some of the different types in the reverb block and how to apply them to your tones. Please consider hitting the subscribe button.